Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking. Looking forward to the start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Kevin, good evening. Karl Anthony Towns is certainly the French.
Knows it very well, DA. Thank you so much. And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Thursday, they'll host the New York Knicks. Then on Saturday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Memphis and going up against the Grizzlies. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves, they've got Towns, Malik Beasley out there with D'Angelo Russell, and it's Hernan Gomez in at power forward. And for Brooklyn, Durant and Grant make up the forwards. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. And it's Jordan in at the 5 down low. And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. No good from Beasley.
And DeAndre Jordan, not the same impact center he once was, but he's done a great job of acting as a leader for this team.
Well, you think about DeAndre Jordan's career. Greg, and over the course of time, he's played a number of different roles. What you like about what he did this past season is, even though in a changing role, he still tried to make an impact. That's called being a teammate.
Now, here's Durant. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Well, such a great decision maker, right? Durant feels out the situation, goes with the pull-up game.
For 3, Okogie. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. The Nets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Launches a 3, and it's LeVert missing. Minnesota's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's Russell. The feed to Towns. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
Well, you want to see this from Karl Anthony Towns. He's got the size, the length, and the touch to take and make high-percentage shots.
Irving against Russell. Durant wide open. He fires. Nailed from three-point land.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Here's Russell with the 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
D'Angelo Russell is not afraid to make some big-time momentum-swinging shots. Nice to see him answer back right there.
Now, here is Irving. And the basket is good.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Beasley, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Russell with the three. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's KD. And then Durant with the jam.
Well, you respect the jump shooting, so you close tight, and Kevin Durant gets off on the dribble drive.
Passes to Okogie. Towns down low, guarded by Jordan. Here's Russell with the three. Bangs home the trifecta. Russell's got 6 points.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
On the wing, Irving. Pass to Durant, and stolen by Russell. Here we go, one-on-one. Hernan Gomez passes to Beasley. It's blocked.
Taurean Prince has the kind of length and speed to close the gap and send it back. What a block.
The dish to Beasley. 5 to shoot. Russell from long range. No good on that one. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Here's Irving. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
Now here's Beasley. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Oh, nice there. Getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. A nice shot by Jordan. Greg, obviously, we're early on here. We already have seen some second-year players looking much more improved over their rookie year.
I mean, if you put in the work, you're not guessing as much. And listen, the fact that you now have gone through the season, you've got a better sense of who you are and what you can do out on the floor. I know I cut way back on my turnovers at the start of my second year, and you go into the offseason with specific goals and areas where you want to improve.
You think there's more growth between your first and second year than any other 2 years in your career?
You could make that case, no doubt about it, because that's you're still thinking you could be one of the all-time greats no matter who you are at that stage, and so you tend to put in a little more emphasis in terms of improvement.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jared Allen's checked in for Taurean Prince, and Dinwiddie subbed in for LeVert. Brooklyn leading by 9. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. That one drops for him.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Wow, they've come out strong. Control the pace, assert their will. Nice.
And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Guys, you have to love the way Irving uses his body to create contact inside and earn the trip to the strike.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Pass to Johnson. Over Allen. Misses off the right iron. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. 13-point lead.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Oh, my goodness! Wow. What a play! pregame routines come.
Hey, Kevin.
He sure does. Fantastic, David. Thank you. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Thursday, they'll host the New York Knicks. And then on Saturday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Memphis and going up against the Grizzlies and checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Russell is out there with Beasley. Then there's Towns, and it's Okogie in at the small forward. And for Brooklyn, inside we got Prince and Jordan. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. And it's KD in at the 3 spot. Jordan finds LeVert. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Fans can be impatient, Greg, especially for the fans of teams that are slow to start a season.
And Kevin, the media as well.
Right,
I mean,
right.
I played in New York, and you know, in that town, you go big or you get talked about, no doubt about it. But with the way things have evolved now, and every team is a national team because every game's televised, it's starting to happen more in some of those smaller markets as well. It's just a harsh reality of pro sport.
KD with the bucket.
You know, big guys like Jordan who can facilitate are really valuable. Spots the open man and gets it right to him.
Took him no time at all on that one.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now, here is Irving. Here's Durant. The shot, no good. Towns with the defensive effort. Here's Okogie. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Towns against Prince. Here's Jordan. He can't get it to go. So Minnesota will take it the other way.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it will be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
And, you know, there's always a bit of a feeling out process in that first game between opponents. A lot different than when you've played a team you're familiar with.
The offensive rebound, Towns, and it's blocked by Jordan.
Hey, you know he's around, and that's what he does. DeAndre Jordan throwing that shot out of there.
But they recover it. A nice shot by LeVert.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Towns. Back to Beasley. Lets it go with a 3. Hits it from 3-point range.
When defending Beasley, you've got to get up on him. I mean, he's lethal as a catch-and-shoot guy.
And, guys, Karis LeVert can do so much while he's on the basketball floor. The problem for LeVert is just staying on the basketball floor.
Yeah, injuries have really slowed him down the last couple of years, Greg, and it's unfortunate because this kid's an outstanding player. He gets it done in every way as a wing scorer. He can make plays, he can defend, he can score the ball. LeVert says he tries to model his game after Penny Hardaway, and if he can stay healthy, I don't think that comparison's too far off.
Just 5 on the clock. Out to Russell from outside the arc. Rebounded by the Nets. Outside Irving. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, and he makes that one.
I got a question for you. How do you defend Irving in the pick and roll? He's so quick, and his ball handling is so good, absolutely, virtually impossible.
Here's Hernan Gomez. Prince with the defensive effort.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
That gives them the lead. Durant's got his second basket of the night.
I think we're all aware of Durant's in the gym range as a shooter. I mean, seriously, I don't think there's a shot he can't make.
So the Timberwolves call their first timeout.
game's not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Allen comes in for Torian Prince. And Dinwiddie subbed in for LeVert. Noel, no good. Hands of the ball out of bounds. Dinwiddie touched it last. And the Nets making a change here. Harris is checked in. Here's Lehman. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
In the season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
And that one misses. And KD's got the ball here for the Nets. Irving for three. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
You know, that goes back, I think, to playing with LeBron in their Cleveland days. Kyrie learned how to operate without the ball some.
Johnson attacking. Pass to Culver. There's the three. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Now here's Allen. And Culver pulls it down. To the wing right side. It's tipped. Durant with the steal. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Harris kicks to Allen. Outside Irving. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Irving's got 7 points.
Irving, excellent at converting with either hand. He's got a special talent for finishing in the lane.
Johnson with it. Guarded now by Irving. To the inside. Culver passes to Lehman. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's the floater. Johnson gets the bucket.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
Now, here is Irving. He has 7. Here's Allen. And slam dunk by Allen.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
The Timberwolves have gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. Passes it to Towns. Over Allen. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
1:30 left to play in the first. Outside, KD from downtown. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. He's got 9.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Noel passes to Lehman. Here's Johnson. The rebound by KD. Brooklyn leading by 3. Harris outside. And Jarrett Culver gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Nets. Minnesota also with the sub. Reed's checked in. Here's Dinwiddie and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Allen, that's good.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Here's Lehman. And a miss there on the triple. Brooklyn's got a perfect 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. A lot of their points coming by way of the 3 in the first quarter.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And stolen by Harris. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Wound up there for Allen. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Woo-hoo-hoo, that's the stuff of nightmares for the defense. They'll see that one in their sleep. A long athlete like Allen flying in the air, that's a bad picture.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
The first free throw is good.
Well, Harris has become such a solid role player, guys, a knockdown shooter who really elevates the team above self.
Outside, Russell. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Nets lead by 11. And recently, D'Angelo Russell, Greg, told us about some offseason.
Man, I picked a lot of people's brains, you know.
Greg doing what he can do to reach that immense potential.
You know, the talent is there. There's never been a question about that, but you also have to be reliable and accountable, both to yourself and to your team. Sounds like that's becoming his focus.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
On the court for Minnesota, we've got D'Angelo Russell. Also, Malik Beasley out there. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the power forward position. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Since the Nets acquired Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, the franchise has gone from being an up-and-comer to a potential powerhouse in the East. That's necessitated changes on the bench and on the court. The Nets have added some new veterans. The time is now for Brooklyn to stand up and make its move in the East. Kevin, back to you.
Well, we'll see how they do. David, thank you.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Reed the pass to Beasley. Here's Reed. Over to the wing. To the paint. From down in the low post, it goes. Here's Dinwiddie. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Allen outside. No good there. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That will conclude their brief two-game road trip.
Boy, savvy play that time from Okogie. Drew the foul and still managed to get the shot free.
We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers, McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future. That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Here's Okogie, guarded by Crawford. Okogie, the pass to Reed. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
And the shot goes in. LeVert's got 6.
LeVert, very confident. He's an amazing athlete and can put the ball on the floor and attack on the drive with the best of it.
Beasley, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Connects on the open J.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
The pass to Dinwiddie. Down low. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. Towns, he's checked in for Minnesota.
You know, Jordan, to me, is one of the more reliable bigs in the league. He takes a lot of punishment and rarely takes a night off.
Beasley kicks to Russell. Timberwolves passing it around. Reed the pass to Okogie. 6 to shoot. Here's Towns. And no good. Good D by Jordan.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Nets leading by 13. Crawford outside. Pass to Allen. LeVert kicks to Allen, and Allen slams it in.
Boy, what an explosive play from Allen, getting off the ground quickly in that burst in athleticism. Impressive. Boy, I like this young man, Jared Allen. He's still working to find consistency in his offensive game. He's a really good leaper and finishes at the rim, protects the rim. But his strength right now, which will always be his strength, I think, is his defense. He's outstanding at that end of the floor.
Durant's checked in for Jared Allen. Jordan finds Crawford. Outside Irving. Just 5 to shoot. Offensive rebound.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Timberwolves trail by 17. Here's Culver. To the middle. Durant with the steal. On, here we go. Crawford all alone. And that one is good. Crawford's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Boy, that's an example of Durant's basketball IQ and awareness, both platinum level.
And Clark, with Allen, he's still young, and the comfort on offense has yet to really find it.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he's really scratching the surface there, Greg. I mean, this kid he only played 1 year in college. He's shown you that he can defend at a high level, and he looks like he's a worker, so I think his offensive game will ultimately catch up with his defense.
Torian Prince, he's checked in for Jamal Crawford. Towns kicks to Johnson. Floats one up, and Towns the bucket on the assist by Johnson. Towns has got his 2nd basket of the game.
And I'm trying to think of how many 7-footers I know with that level floater in their arsenal. It's a short roll call list, folks.
Here's Noel, covered by Irving. Pass to Layman from deep. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 4th rebound in this one. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Irving passes to Durant. Off target from 3-point range. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Layman. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Nets on offense. They're on a 17-7 run. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Minnesota calls timeout. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
There's 1:38 left here in the second. Passes it to Hernan Gomez. Here's Vanderbilt. A rebound by the Nets. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's LeVert. And the layup falls. LeVert's got 4 this quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
The Nets making a switch here. Harris is checked in.
You know, D'Angelo Russell, to his credit, made the most of the move to Brooklyn. You know, he was dumped by the Lakers in 2017 in a trade to create cap space and ended up being selected to his first All-Star game in 19. And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
And stolen by Prince. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Finished the season last year around 80% from the stripe.
And he makes the first.
Been a bit of an odd start for Taurean Prince in his NBA career. After being selected 12th overall in 2016, he was part of a three-way deal that sent him to the Hawks.
Dinwiddie is checked in for the Nets.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Well, it certainly appears to be the case. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Russell with the bucket.
You know, Russell is so smooth. He's got deceptive length, which allows him to get those shots off behind the arc.
Outside Durant. Lets it go from deep. Let's keep it alive. Dinwiddie wide open. The basket good off the assist from Durant. KD's got 5 assists tonight. Outside Russell. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. So as we conclude the first half, so far, thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back in. Jared Allen having an outstanding game. He ended up with 19 points and that about wraps.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Jared Allen with a strong contribution so far in this one.
What a welcome surprise that first half. Went above and beyond his usual scoring output.
Well, you know what? They've given him an increased role tonight, and he's taken full advantage of it.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for Brooklyn now, Durant and Prince make up the forward. Then there's Irving. Then it's Jordan, and it's Dinwiddie in at shooting guard. Kicks it out to Beasley. Clock at 6. Buries the long-range jumper. Beasley's got 6.
You know, with his ability to space the floor, Beasley adds a strong dimension to his team's offense.
And a wide open look for Jordan. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. To the wing on the left. Russell finds Beasley. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 3 assists now in this one.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Irving. Yes, that goes in. 9 points in the game so far.
Outstanding body control there by Kyrie. I mean, he continues to score on tough defense, and it never fails to amaze me how he's able to do that so often.
And it's Russell missing. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. 13 feet away. Again, the Nets for 2.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Okogie misses. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And as expected, Kevin Durant sitting out all of last season, recovering from the Achilles injury. Glad to see him back on the floor.
I agree with you, and it was absolutely a no-brainer for Kevin to sit out the season. That type of injury, you give it all the time you need, and the Nets knew that. They knew when the deal was done that he was going to most likely miss the season. And yet, they did the right thing, and when you have a guy like KD, you want to make sure you're not rushing him back. You want him fully ready when it's time for him to go.
Here's Irving. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Irving's got 6 points in the quarter.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Beasley dishes to Russell. He feeds it to Towns. That shot, no good. The Nets go the other way with it. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
DA, thank you. But they'll get another chance. Allen's shot is off. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Got a piece of it.
Excellent toughness on the defensive end, and that's what Prince does. He's got size, and he's got the will to defend at a high level.
Brooklyn's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. And a wide-open look for Irving. His three-pointer's off the mark.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Okogie misses. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Irving's shot is good. Irving's got 15.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Minnesota calls timeout. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Crawford comes in for Taurean Prince, and it's LeVert in for Dinwiddie. Minnesota's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Evans finds Johnson. Over Durant. And that misses everything. The Nets have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. He's got 17.
Boy, his timing is just superb. Durant absolutely lethal on catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Releases from 15. Johnson can't get it to go.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
Here's Noel. LeVert defending. And it's sent back by KD. The shot by Irving. Vanderbilt with the rebound.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Evans outside. Over Durant. And the shot is long.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
And And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number one has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better.
Guys, I hope we get to see a few more of those.
To the paint. Kicks it out to Evans. For three. Brooklyn with the rebound. KD's got his 5th rebound in this one. Irving with it. Evans picks him up. LeVert with a wide open look. And the Nets another 3.
LeVert showing you can rise up from deep. A quality shooter when given room to fire.
Here's Noel. LeVert defending. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Brooklyn with the ball. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Nets. And Katie, here we go.
Durant's ability to score in a lot of different ways is huge, and he makes it look easy.
Minnesota's gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. Inside, Irving. And he converts the layup. And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting five. This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set. GA.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Much needed indeed, David. Thank you. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. You've got Russell. Also Malik Beasley out there. And it's Towns in at the 5. And for the Nets, inside we got Prince and Jordan. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. Now, here is Hernan Gomez. Durant with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance.
Well, Kyrie Irving has such a good sense of when his teammates are going to create an opportunity, and he puts the pass on time and on target.
Out to the right wing. Out to Russell. For 3, a Kogi. Rebounded by the Nets. Greg, at the beginning of every season, we'd love to see players that have worked on something during the offseason that they now have added to their game in the new season.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You know, the work doesn't end when the season ends. If you're trying to improve your skill set, or if you're trying to just put on muscle, that kind of stuff needs to be done during the break. You need to have an assessment in the off right after the season. Hey, where can I get better? And then you spend the off season on that challenge.
The season never really ends. Here's Jordan. And at last, they get one to fall.
It is not easy trying to keep DeAndre Jordan off the boards. His combination of length and determination so impressive. That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Pass to Durant. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
Well, let's just sit back and admire the brilliance of Kevin Durant. He makes these floaters look easy.
Passes it to Hernan Gomez. A beautiful reverse layup.
Just great use of the rim to shield the defender from the fall and finish on the reverse.
KD on the wing. Pass to Jordan. And he drops it in from the low post. Jordan's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, you're allowing DeAndre Jordan to get comfortable. This guy is so efficient as a scorer.
No good from Beasley. The Nets have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Right side Durant. Outside Irving. Fires from deep. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Boy, the floor spacing that Kyrie Irving brings to the table is impressive. This guy can cash in from deep consistently.
Beasley for 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now, here is Irving. Now the pass to Prince to the inside. Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
When you watch Taurean Prince play, you know it's about team. This guy finds the open man and loves delivering it.
The feed now to Beasley. It's deflected. They retain possession. Takes the 3. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
On the wing, Irving. He's guarded by Russell, but they get it back. LeVert with a wide open look. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Hernan Gomez against Prince. Okogie for 3. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 6th rebound on the night. Now here's LeVert. Good work there as it goes.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
And this game will be half of the contest they'll play against each other this year.
It's an interesting matchup. Two teams that don't know each other all that well. Separate conferences. We'll see which one can dictate the pace early.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jared Allen's checked in for Prince, and Dinwiddie subbed in for Karis LeVert. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Brooklyn. 6-point game. A nice shot by Katie.
Boy, do not fall asleep on Kevin Durant. Catch and shoot, forget about it.
Pass to Noel. Kicks to Culver. Can they get it? Jordan with the rebound. Nets leading by 9, and he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So for the Nets, Harris is checked in for Durant, and it's Crawford in for Irving. Dinwiddie with it. Now Allen. He dishes it to Crawford. Passes it to Dinwiddie. Out to Harris. Here's the 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Culver passes to Johnson. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Really good playmaking instincts from Jarrett Culver. Sends a confident pass that he knows can be converted.
And Doris, the offense is there for Towns. That's obvious. But how does he improve defensively?
Well, you make a great point. Number one, he's always carried such a heavy burden offensively. Remember, this is a big guy, actually size 20 feet. So quickness laterally has always been an issue. For me, it's about one thing. Know your personnel and play smart angles, and that should help immensely.
Here's Crawford, following the score by James Johnson. Harris kicks to Allen. Here's Dinwiddie. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Layman pass to Johnson. Here's Layman, guarded by Harris. Off target with his 3. Nets leading by 7. Pass to Dinwiddie. From past the arc, gets the 3-pointer to fall.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Noel, he can't get that one to fall. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Dinwiddie against Johnson. There's the pass to Harris. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And momentum going the other way. Can they find some answers?
I think here you have just got to get back to what you do best and then live with the results.
Minnesota making a switch. Reed's checked in. Now here's Johnson. He kicks it to Culver. The 3. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Wow, that's big for Jarrett Culver's confidence. Connecting from the perimeter, everything else gets a little easier.
Here's Dinwiddie. Shot on the wing. Reed with the rebound.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Dinwiddie with the steal. Count that one.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Here's Layman. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
There's Crawford with the 3, and Layman pulls it down. Timberwolves trail by 12. To the middle, here's Noel, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Really solid read from Jarrett Culver right there. This is a team. First guy who enjoys passing.
Here's Crawford. Here's Dinwiddie. It's blocked. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Harris inside the line. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We come back right after this.
How can we be the best version of ourselves individually every day?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Nets. Allen is out there with Prince. Then there's Harris. And it's Crawford. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 1. Crawford with the ball. And it's Johnson picking him up. Second chance shot. And Dinwiddie lays it in. Dinwiddie's got 7.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Okogie misses. Brooklyn leading by 11. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. Karis LeVert comes in for Jamal Crawford. Minnesota also with the sub. Hernan Gomez is checked in. And again, Minnesota will turn it over. The Nets making a switch here. Irving's checked in. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. And stolen by Russell. And now Minnesota on the fast break. The Nets have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Here's KD. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable, and there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid. Range area, C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on. From outside, off the mark.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
KD finds Allen. And it's Allen slamming it down.
Listen, this guy is far from just a scorer. Kevin Durant loves to share the basketball.
Here's Reed, defended by Allen. For three, a Kogi. A rebound by the Nets.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And Doris, last season for Kyrie Irving, really one of waiting. No Durant on the year to play off of, and then Kyrie's season with the Nets was cut short due to injury.
Well, second surgery for Irving in the last 3 years. You obviously hope he and KD can stay healthy and try to revitalize this Nets organization. Irving is so excited about being on the court. The NBA misses him when he's not playing. Let's hope he stays healthy. And you watch Taurean Prince and how valuable he is to his team for a couple of reasons. Number one, he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He defends at a high level, and he can really stretch the floor.
Russell against Irving. Lets the three fly. That shot off. And Minnesota will come the other way. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip. Russell with the bucket.
Well, that's how you bring out the best in your teammates. Towns is a prolific scorer, but guess what? He'll find you if you're open.
Now, here is Irving. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Towns.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Okogie, and that'll be two free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's his first trip to the line.
And a year ago, he was an 80% shooter at the line, so that's more than acceptable.
Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. And then for Minnesota, Jake Layman comes in for Malik Beasley. And Culver's subbed in for Russell. Brooklyn leading by 15. Outside, KD. Here's Jordan, and the rejection by Towns.
Well, that play is so much about his reach and determination affecting the game defensively.
The Nets have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4.
In talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Noel's checked in.
And Doris, no doubt that Karl Anthony Towns has taken a much bigger leadership role on this Minnesota team.
No doubt, Greg. Once the departure of Jimmy Butler was secured, then the leadership role squarely falls on the shoulders of Karl Anthony Towns. Now, his style is totally different. He wants to be a bit more encouraging, but there's no question. He's the best player. He's got to lead the charge. No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
The three from KD. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Minnesota calls timeout. Greg, you know, we're seeing players take control of their free agent destiny. Do players get a bad rap for that in switching teams?
Listen, I don't know if you get a bad rap, but you're going to catch the wrath of the fan base. You think of Paul George in Indy or KD in OKC, and fans, they're going to feel jilted. There's no doubt about it. They're going to feel scorned.
Yeah. Here's KD following the three by Minnesota. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 6 assists in the game.
Boy, the strength of Kevin Durant is a thing of beauty. How about the ability to stay under control as he gets bodied?
And they pick up 2. Culver's got his second bucket tonight. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. And now we've got the intentional foul.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
For Brooklyn, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Joe Harris comes in for Torian Prince. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Karis LeVert. James Johnson's checked in for the Timberwolves.
Come on now, this guy is so tough to contain. Karl Anthony Towns, such touch inside.
Nets leading by 16.
And Doris, make no mistake about it. Spencer Dinwiddie is looking to score, an instant offense type of player.
And Spencer Dinwiddie knows what his role is, and he plays it perfectly. He can go a little hot and cold for stretches, but he doesn't let it affect him. Dinwiddie's always going to provide that offensive punch that's so critical for you.
Layman pass to Towns. Timberwolves passing it around. And the basket by Johnson.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Here's Irving. 1:57 left now here in the second. Outside Durant takes a 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got his 4th rebound in this one. Layman pass to Towns. Johnson dishes to Culver. Pass to Layman. Here's Noel. He's covered by Irving. No good from outside. Nets leading by 16. Scores for only the 2nd time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
Well, this is the court awareness that Joe Harris gives you. He is so skilled at realizing how to give his teammates an open look. Well, nice job crashing the glass. You'd love to see that kind of effort.
Here's KD.
Oh! Boy, how about the finish by Kevin Durant? Just gets up with such ease.
Layman pass to Culver.